Hi, my name is Mary Ellen Vigils, and my son Demetrius James DJ Vigils died from an intentional overdose on April 4th. He had 6 months clean. He was doing well. He had moved home from rehab in February. Unfortunately, when the 12-step meetings got shut down, it affected his depression and his mental health. I loved my child unconditionally. I loved him where he was at. He knew it, and because of that, he left me beautiful letters before he died by suicide. I want people to know that are suffering from addiction and mental health that there is hope, and together we can do what we cannot do alone. And I'd love to share our story and our journey in the hopes that one person would be able to find that hope.
Mary Ellen Vigils joins us from her home in Richmond, Virginia. Take a deep breath. I know that this is just unimaginable, and I don't like using unimaginable over and over, but this is. 2 days ago marked 1 month since you lost your son. Our thoughts and prayers are with you. How are you? How are you doing?
Tamron, thank you for having me. I'm doing as best as can be expected. Grief is it's a difficult journey, but I made it through the first day of finding him, so I feel as though that I can keep going and that I have a purpose to share a story of hope, even in my grief, that there's help and people can recover, and that's exactly what Demetrius would have wanted me to do.
Mary Ellen, you talked about how Demetrius struggled with isolation in this pandemic, and he said something to you after his last meeting. What did he say?
He did. He hated the isolation, and he hated not having that same connection to his recovery community with the daily meetings in person. So the online meetings were difficult for him because he was a tangible person. He wanted to be with other people that were going through what he was going through. And he told me he hated the isolation and that he had hoped once COVID, the stay at home was lifted, that how would I feel about him traveling to other parts of the country via train and just experiencing a different life. He's free spirited. And isolation is one of the worst things for people that suffer from addiction and mental illness. So it definitely was a contributory factor to the progression of his disease.
He left those letters, which, again, thank you for sharing such a personal and intimate detail of both of your lives. In the letter, he said, "You have done everything you can for me, and none of this is your fault. You are the most caring, loving, and supportive person I know." Does that give you peace that he wanted to make sure that he communicated it to you, how much you helped him and supported him as a mom?
It definitely brings me comfort because I know that he knew he was loved. And I also knew his love on a daily basis. And I was able to learn that to separate the disease of addiction from my son. So I always maintained a loving relationship with him. I always practiced unconditional love and acceptance. And so I definitely don't have regrets or guilt. I just know in that moment, the disease hijacked his brain. And there was a moment where he wanted to give up. And it definitely brings me peace. He showed me love every moment of every day.
Well, I know that the continuation of the love is real, and that's why you're sharing his story. That is why you're sharing those letters, because you want parents to know, oh my gosh, that they can get through this. What would you say to parents right now, Mary Ellen?
This is what I would say. Addiction is a family disease. So we can't expect that we want our loved ones, our children to heal and not get help ourselves. And that tough love can also mean loving through the toughest times. And that's what I did. And that same recovery community that Demetrius has been a part of since high school is the same recovery community that envelopes me. There are support groups for us, just like our loved ones. They're also online right now. There's hope. I see the hope in recovery on a daily basis. And so my message is that educate yourself and be part of the community, be part of the solution. It takes a village. And we need more people to be part of the village. Judge less, love more. And
Absolutely.
and I thank you for sharing our story.